It's not like there's no money. People's toothbrush will look like this. Marusat, look at this. Is this toothbrush not ready to be thrown away? Look at this toothbrush. How can you use toothpaste until you start folding it? Is it fair on the toothpaste? Some people would rather spend money to buy 10 cartons of this, not because they want to apply it on their skin, but just because they want to put it like this. And then
Let us say I'm in the mood for a little bit more.
Has its own purposes. Right, the hair grows there for a reason, and also the hair also protects that space, but it's not for you to leave it too bushy. Too much of everything is bad. So there is a way you have to trim it. Now the hair in the anus, you need to also trim that part, right? Okay. You need to make sure that it's level.
Men, if you are here, please look it out, because actually they talk and they look my own. If you are here, men, please look it out, because they look my own. Continue. Continue.
So please, as we all know, waxing is very, very painful. And again, when you wax, some people, when they wax, they get irritations, right? So you need to know your skin type, but that place is very, very fragile. So what I would advise is that try as much as you can to trim it. Always make sure that it's level-headed, right? It's not covering things. It's not too bushy. It is not keeping too much sweat in there. And you know, like we said, the place is already tight. There is no air passing through there. It is not, the hair doesn't only produce the heat. There is already heat. Even without hair, you still feel the heat. So when you are able to clean the place properly, wash it nicely, keep the hair very leveled, and also wear clean boxer shorts, I think we are good to go. Right, so you can either use, like someone is saying, you can either use Veet hair removal, or there are other shaving creams that you can use, and that I know people that react to shaving creams. Right, but anytime you're done using a shaving cream, or even if you want to use soap, use a very good soap, right? You can use a soap, moist the hair, like use the soap all over the hair to make it very soft, and then you use your blade stick, your razor blade, to shave everything off. There is one thing that those of you that shave the area and get bumps, there is a way you're shaving that is not healthy. Because if the hair grows this way, make sure that you're shaving this way. The moment you start shaving this way, the hair breaks and it stays in the follicle, so it now forms a bump. And then you see rashes all over your genitals, which is not
really. I think it does the same too. It's some men. Exactly. If you can also talk about some men that maybe here, you see a lot of thank God, sir, no get up. You see a lot of bumps. And even here, we have people that have some. We have people that have here too.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're shaving, don't shave this hair dry like that. It actually breaks. You realize that it's itchy. After you're done, it itches your skin. So what you do is that if the hair grows this way, shave this way. If your hair grows this way, shave this way. The moment you reverse it, it breaks and it stays in there and creates balls, like pimples all over the place, and you have to go through another phase. You understand? So please, let's be mindful in the way we handle our genitals, because those are what makes us who we are. Again, let's come to, you made mention of something else after we spoke about the hair. You spoke about something.
The boxers,
the boxers,
the pants, yes.
The pants, the tights, right. We have the tight. Most men have the tight ones and the loose ones. Now it depends on you as a person, and you know, with the tight ones, it depends on how big your stuff is. Do you understand?
What stuff?
Your stuff, your genital, like your manhood.
Bola.
Your bola, okay, I can say bola, right?
Bola.
So it depends on how big your bola is. Some of them, it keeps it so tight, and if you leave it in a certain position, it might take that form of that position. Most of you know about these things, and the thing has to move on freely. There are times that you leave it freely, let it relax, leave it the way it is. If you're in the house, there is no.
So how does the size of bola affect the way you shave the way you? How does the size of bola affect the size of pants?
The pants, of course, because if it's too tight. Okay. Sometimes you don't need to wear too tight. There are times that you have to let it free. So even if you're going to a place that you need to wear, you can wear it fine. Maybe you're going to the gym, you don't want it dangling all over the place. You understand? You can wear the tight one right after the gym. You can release it if you're home and let air pass through it. Let it relax. Let it take its own form. But the moment it's just like having a lead iron. You're always folded like this, so it ends up getting the shape of the stuff. You get it,
Mm.
which might not take its own form. Allow it, give it some breathing space. You get, so as a man, you should get all types of. If you can afford, you can get that boxer based on the kind of outfit you're wearing, based on where you're going. Because there are some places you don't want to go and be showing what you have or what you've been blessed with.
So
Right.
the bigger the bowler, the bigger the boxers.
Of course, the bigger the boxes. And there's one thing I want to talk about: the hair in the nostrils. Men, you see, you have hair growing in your nostrils. So most of you do not take care of it.
Another
You see the hair coming out.
another stray bullet. Another stray bullet. Continue.
You see hair coming out of your nose. Please, let's try and shave that part. I know it can be scary. You need to find out means to be able to do that. Don't go putting VT or stuff there.
I do it one after the other.
Yeah, you can either use tweezer to pluck it out. So you can use tweezer. You can use tweezer to pluck it out, or you can also use. They have this shaving for nostrils. It comes like a pen. You can use it in there. And those of you that will be picking your nose anyhow, I know sometimes it comes on as unconsciously. Right, you might not know. You see you picking your nose, but be very conscious about yourself and mindful about what you do in public. As a man, you can't be talking to a woman and be picking your nose anyhow. Women have to pay attention a lot, you see. And there is a way you brush your teeth. You see how we brush our teeth. Some that when you open their mouth here, and at the back of the teeth has some piled up. Yeah. So I think we should. Exactly. We should take care of that aspect too. And let's normalize going to see the dentist, right? That area.
Okay.
Yes.
And also I'm doing the practical because some people know they understand English.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so can I please say hi to my people are here. Hi,
please
Nana,
say hi to
Original. Yes, yes, the plan. So let's normalize going to, as a man, please make money and take care of yourself. You are number one. Oh, treat yourself the way you want to be treated. Like, don't be spending on us alone. Spend on yourself.
Nana, sorry, Nana Marusa, thank you for saying that. I brought up someone here and I said it is advisable for if you want to buy a toothbrush. The reason why it is not like there's no money. People's toothbrush will look like this. Marusa, look at this. Is this toothbrush not ready to be thrown away? Look at this toothbrush. Marusa, is this fair? Is this fair on the toothbrush? If not, is this fair on the toothbrush? Now look at this toothbrush, my sister. And then I said it is better to go to the supermarket, buy as many as possible. It's going to actually help you to throw this away and get a new one. And then again, I give you another example. Some people use salt. When their toothpaste is finished, they start using salt to brush teeth. It is not because they want to use salt. It is because they don't want. It is too late for them to go outside and buy toothpaste. How can you use toothpaste until they remain like this? How can you use toothpaste until you start folding it? Is it fair on the toothpaste? Marus, a lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. Not that they cannot afford anyone. You know, when you get into the bathroom, I don't know if you have also seen people. Let me show you another thing, because I get practical for this house. Let me give you an example. Ordinary towel. If you go to the bathroom and forget your towel, you start sneaking a little bit to see if you can grab it. That is if you're not living alone. Some people will just shower and then find a way to sneak in and go and take it. Now, it is not like some people cannot afford toothpaste or they cannot afford toothbrush. Where is my soap? Like I told you, some people, their soap need to remain like this before they buy another one. It is not like they cannot afford it, but they are spending money on women, spending money on drinks, spending money on Igbo, spending money on other things. Some people would rather spend money to buy 10 cartons of this, not because they want to apply it on their skin, but just because they want to put it like this, and then they would rather spend money on this. I know guys, they get erection at the sight of cream because they're already addicted to it. So they will buy, I'm telling you, they would rather buy 10 pieces of this than buy 10 pieces of toothpaste, because it enables them to satisfy. I'm telling you. So talking about looking after yourself, Talking about,
It's, it's very, it's very,
let
very important.
I'm sure everybody can see me before they say I want to use it to do something. I have rubbed it here. I've rubbed it here. So what I'm saying is that most men, they will not. And I also
Please,
showed
then
them,
you have to.
if you
You
want to
have
buy,
to.
I told them, if you want to buy, go and buy a box of soap. Stop buying one. And it is the budget of saving. It is a lie. You are just lazy. If you have a job and you can have, and even said it, you will even save more. You will even save more when you buy
And
it in bulk.
there's one other thing too we seem to forget, our ears. You see, some people can leave it till it comes out. Some people are not comfortable taking, like, cleaning their ears. You can go and let's say those that clean the ear, they can just flush everything out. Some, you could see the dirt all over
Yes.
coming out of it.
Yes. A lot of
It's
us.
very, very nasty. It's very, very nasty.
Yeah, very
So
nasty.
please, you need to pay attention to all
Even
things. And you need to know your body.
even the back of the ear.
Even the back
of the ear.
Yes. And the navel, you know, when you, the navel, those of you that have
Yes, under.
the navel that goes inside. Yes.
Under.
Yes. And sometimes we need to also wash it because that place too smells. If you like, those of you here, you can put your hand in there if your navel is inside and smell it and see. It smells. So please, there are some lines.
Some people, their hair, the hair under their scrotum is brown. Yes, I have. No, let me don't say it. the hair on the scrotum, some of it is already brown. I wanted to say, people ask me.
That's something there. But on a more serious note, please, guys, I'm actually happy you're doing this, Odogu. This is really, really educating. This is something that I'm very passionate about. And if you go on my page, you see me talk about some stuff. Actually, in Ghana, we have this cream that is very, very good. It actually helps with body odor, right? But again, if you're suffering from body odor, because this is one thing that most people are going through, and it's not just by pouring more oils and more perfumes on yourself. Please,
it makes it worse. It makes it worse.
Take what you eat. It is very important. Most of you here do not know your allergies. Most of you here do not know what you're allergic to. Most of you here do not even know the skin type that you have. Whether you have an oily skin, whether you have a dry skin, whether you have a combination skin, you don't even know it. Please, let's normalize knowing all these things and listen to yourself. Know the difference. If I do this, if I eat this, I feel this way. If I take this, I feel this way. Understand your body. Women, your wife or your girlfriend cannot do it all, because there are some things you need to also know. Know what you ate, the last thing you ate that caused you to feel this way, and know what you did that caused you to feel this way. And at the end of the day, you'll be shocked that most of the things that we eat, it benefits us. Because today, if I'm supposed to date someone, or let's say Odogu, if you meet a woman that you want to be with, if she's not taking care of herself, it affects you. Because the moment you start having intercourse with her, it comes back to you. You exchange stuff. There are some women that when they start dating certain men, they start building, like, their skin glows. Their body becomes very nice. They look very beautiful. And they go like, oh, your husband is taking care of you. But you don't know. It is how he takes care of himself that is reflecting in you. So if he's taking good food, if he's eating well, he's taking fruits. Now, whatever he's transferring in you, his semen, whatever that is coming into your body, nourishes you and takes good care of you. So women that are fond of taking men money and not investing in their men, put it upon yourself. As your man is giving you the money and he's not making time for himself, force him to take care of himself, because at the end of the day, it's going to reflect in you, which is very, very important. So these are things, this cannot be done like one way thing. But again, treating yourself nice, because you only have you. Losing yourself is like dying. You only have you. You cannot say you want me to tell you you're handsome when you can't even treat yourself up to it. If you want to be told you're beautiful, then you should feel beautiful inside. And your mind has to be clean. Your heart has to be clean. Your whole body, your soul has to be clean. And it reflects on your body. Imagine when you're worried and you're thinking too much, you start having lines in your face because you're always frowning. You're always thinking. You're stressed. So it shows on you. But when you are happy, when you are light, when you're excited, people see you glow and you glow differently. And please, let's not forget the sun. It's only in the early mornings that the sun is very needful. But at the end of the day, it is very, it's cancerous on our body. Men, let's normalize wearing sunscreens, right? Protect your skin.
Just a quick question. A lot of people don't understand that being hygienic is different from being healthy. Even though in one way, some of it can play, they can work hand in hand sometimes. But some people feel like if you can be a gym freak, you can eat all the nicest food in the world, but you can still be smelling like a piece of shit.
Exactly. That's
You
very
can
true.
you can be a vegetarian if you want to be, do all those sort of yoga, do workouts, and still you still smell like piece of expired Mary Kay. So
Odugo, I'm not cutting you, yeah? I want
okay.
to say this real quick. Let's normalize taking our bath twice a day. Okay, we all fall short somewhere. Sometimes we travel or we find ourselves in situations where we get tired, we get lazy, and we don't want to bath. But again, let's normalize it, right? Let's normalize taking our bath twice a day. Let's normalize washing or brushing our teeth twice a day. Because the food you're eating, you're going to sleep with it. Imagine waking up with those stuff in your mouth. Like imagine eating your food, like Nigerian food. Let's say pounded yam with your sauce,
Egusi.
right? Egusi, right? And then you go to sleep, and then you wake up with that same. Sometimes you wake up with the smell of the food in your mouth. It is not healthy. So let's normalize brushing our teeth twice. Don't do it for anybody. Please don't try to want to look good for anyone. Look good for yourself. It is for you, because this body you have is what you've been given, and you need to take care of it. You are responsible for your body. You are responsible for your health. So please, you are not looking good for anybody. You are doing it for yourself, so that in the near future, you see, there is one thing that we do not know. The skin evolves itself after every 23 to 28 days. It changes. That is how come we age. So now, let's say you get a cream or a product you're using on your skin. You will start seeing its effect after that time. That's why people normally say it takes like 3 months before you start seeing your skin change. So imagine you not taking care of your skin, exposing your skin to the sun all the time, unprotected. After 28 days, 3 months, it keeps changing. By the time you realize you are old, you don't even see it coming. The reverse is very difficult, but catching to it, you don't see it because it comes gradually. The time you realize, boom, is there. So most of us are looking older than our age. Most of us are looking older than our age, and skin cancer is dangerous. Skin cancer, it is real. So the earlier we start taking note of these things, our men, the better. Most men wear shirts, and when they take off their shirts, you could see this part of their body dark, but their whole body is light skin.
But sometimes this place, like for example, this place is lighter than here. Is it not because the sun, most of the time,
It's the
sun hits
sun.
you here?
Everything, yes, it's the sun. And even at the back of our neck. Now, there are other symptoms too. I don't want to delve into health issues, but it's quite related. I'm just going to touch that part a bit. When there are signs, when you have black, your neck area here is black, becomes darker. It's a symptoms of maybe too much sugar in your body. Yeah, but again, it could also be like skin damage. So please, let's take note. If you can't see your back, get someone to watch your back. Let someone take a picture of your back and be watching. Keep note of these things. You understand? And some of us too, we have black ass. Our ass are very black because of the way we sitting for long. Anytime there is a friction between two surfaces, that there's this irritation that happens, which is very normal. But you can take a step ahead to want to keep your skin on the same tone. You understand?
Marusak,
Yeah.
this thing that you just said, one day, a few years ago, when I was dating, my girlfriend, as of then, said she took off her clothes and asked me to tell her about her back. Instead of I started doing something else. So is it advisable if a woman wants to call another woman, or because for me, if a woman or my woman go come out close, tell me say make her look her back. Now human being I be, and I know the
But you
importance.
need to also control yourself sometimes.
Which
But
kind of control
again,
be that?
go stir soup. No, that means you go take meat now. Stir soup, just stir and go.
No, I know that. I dey tell you reality. I dey tell you now, men go use water wash bowl. Then from there, soap go enter. But there's something I want to ask you. I really want to say, but just before we finish, we talked about personal hygiene. I would like you to let us touch a bit about habits before I call it for the day. Now, I've seen people, especially I don't see men with get beer, and they affect me. Most of the times, I might feel like I'm eating real well, I'm making sure none of the food is dropping. But then, until I go out in the public and someone will be like, there's rice here, There's this here. There is that here. All those habits and the eating habit and the rubbing of oil on the hair habit and the putting hand inside. All those bad habits and all those. Is there any? Are there habits that you would want men to look at? Some other, or you're one and welcome.
Yeah.
Another thing some of us men do is that immediately we'll come into the house, we'll remove our clothes, throw it on the floor, piam, throw it on the bed, piawakam. We don't. I don't know.
Yeah. So what you
Let's
said
talk
is
about
very, very
habits.
important. Let's talk about habits. Now, all these things we are saying, it becomes, when you do it consistently, then it becomes a habit, right? It's just a practice. What we are saying now is not like a practice, but until you make it a habit, you have to be very intentional about it. Growing up, we've learned so many things unknowingly that has made us who we are. Subconsciously, we do things because we grew up seeing it. Oh, yo, I see you. Thank you so much. We grew up seeing things. People do things, and we in that somehow learned it without knowing, and now it is part of us. The consistency on how frequent you keep doing the same thing becomes, you see yourself doing it all the time, even without realizing it. So please, if you want to keep up to these things, set a time for yourself. Be intentional about it, right? Most of us, there are some things that we need to unlearn. There are some things that we've seen people do that has been normalized that we think is okay. But you as a person, Odogo, how do you see yourself? I see myself to be a very beautiful woman. I want to be, I want to be seen in certain places. And those places that I want to be seen, I can't go and be eating anyhow there. I can't go and be doing anyhow. I can't go and be rubbing my hands. So how do I see myself? Okay, I grew up in an environment where everybody licks their hands when they finish eating, which is very, very normal. But can I go find myself doing this in the places I want to go? No. So what do? Unlearn these habits. Unlearn these habits. We've been here talking about all these things. So if you know you are a victim of these things that Odogu had mentioned, you need to be intentional about it. And that is the only way you can eradicate it and stop it. There are times that we know. Now, I'm very much aware of myself. I know that I can't go out and eat and lick the plate. But if I'm in my room alone, nobody is here, I can eat and lick my plate and wash it. Nobody sees it. So you should be able to control your consciousness and know that from your teeth and putting your hand all over and if you're very conscious about yourself too, when you eat and it stains your beard, you go check your beard, and then you are conscious, so you're checking everything is okay before you come out. You understand? So please, these are some of the few things you can do to unlearn those bad habits and then learn new things. Set time for yourself. It's actually a gradual process, like someone said. You don't need to rush it. Set time for yourself. Every morning when you wake up, you know that you want to do this. And I promise you, in the next 3 months, some are very addictive when they start doing something. Even after 28 days, or let's say in 3 weeks to 4 weeks, you become used to it, and then it keeps going like that. Now you can't live without it, right? So let's set timetable for ourselves. Let's know that I don't need to do this. As humans, I think I would like to share this with you. There are some things that I do because I know that sometimes I'm not too much of a time conscious person, right? So this is what I do. Before I go to bed, I sit down, pick a book and a paper. Beside my bed, I have books. I have pen, I have stuff. So I write everything that I need to do the next day. I write everything down. So when I wake up, I know that I have to meet up this task. Right. So I do it and I take it and I know, okay, I tried this, but it didn't work. I'll do this the next day. So with that, you see progress in your life. You see movement in your life. You see growth in your life. So let's be intentional about it. If you wake up in the morning, you want to do this, take your time. It's actually a therapy, Although it's a very good therapy. It's very therapeutic. Set a very nice tone. Imagine, let me just give you this scenario. Let's say you wake up in the morning, right? You set a very nice tone, like a music, a sound that motivates you. It could be gospel, it could be any kind of music. You understand? You set this pace, you go to the washroom, you wash your face nicely, you start brushing your teeth, clean everything, you're taking your bath. You set the mood for all these things. You wake, like after that, you take your supplements, you drink water, you move around a bit, shake your body. Even if you're not working out, just dance in your room, get some, sweat, kakra. You get what I mean? And then you go back, take your full shower, like feel good. Even if you're not going in, there are days that we all get our lows, which is normal. Because you deserve it. We all deserve it. So please, guys, let's make this a habit. The habit of redoing things that we didn't know we are doing. Let's be conscious about it.
Build a new habit. Build
and
it,
change it. Let's change it. Things that we didn't know we are doing. Sit down and write it down. Okay, I think I like picking my nose. I think I eat this way. And pay attention to critics. If you have friends that tell you like doing this thing, don't be too quick to be angry. Please pay attention to it. Maybe it's just few people that can come to you and tell you, I think you have a bad breath.
Marusa, I'll be honest with you. I haven't been in a lot of relationship in my life, but I would definitely tell you that I had a habit that the first one didn't talk about and the second one didn't talk about. It took one of them to tell me, and I'm like, so I've been doing that. And it made me feel like, and this is also something we should talk about. There are things we feel like we are doing that our previous partners never complained about. And then if our new partners start talking about it, we start feeling like they are disrespectful or they are silly or they are stupid. Meanwhile, it's a serious concern, I think. And I've been there. Sometimes I'll be like, but my previous partner didn't worry about this. She didn't talk about this. Things you start feeling like they are too demanding, they show concern over little things. I feel like it's another conversation I will need to have, because I've been there. I found myself in a situation where I'm like, but the first, the second, never, why are you worried about this? And I came to realize that the person was like, this, you should look after it. And then I gave it a thought, and I was like, wow, I really need to change this. But the first, second didn't talk about this. But then when the third talked, I'm like, wow, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna stop it. It took someone to tell me that I eat like a camel. And yes, I had to record myself eating. I didn't eat for 2 days after that. I had myself eating. I almost didn't eat for 2 days. Yeah. I'm telling you, I almost didn't eat for 2 days because I was sounding like a camel in Sahara Desert. So now there's another concern I want to say. I ask these questions normally. Do you feel like would you marry a man who snore? Some people say snoring is something they can't tolerate. What do you think? Would you, or if you're a woman here on the comment section, would you marry a snoring man?
Okay. You see, we have different aspect and perspective when it comes to snoring. Everybody is capable of snoring, right? But when it becomes chronic, then there is another level to it. But again, if I should find myself with a partner that snores, and I think is a level that comes with it, like health issues. If the partner is someone that allows himself to be taught and learned and want to grow, then I think it's workable. We can work on it. I think with the basics of, I'm not married, and I have some sort of experience when it comes to relationship. I know marriage and relationship are a whole different thing, right? And I respect those who are into marriage and they are doing well. But one thing I know and believe is that when you get a partner that is willing to want to grow with you and learn and allows to be taught and also wants to also teach and be a better person, things becomes easy. Snoring, I can be tired, and due to the way I sleep, I can snore because out of tiredness, out of stress. But again, there are certain foods that we eat. People are obese and their health issues makes them snore. There are people that exercise every day, but they still snore sometimes.
Yeah, some snoring sounds like trumpet. They shake building.
Yeah, so those ones are issues, because those people, you could realize that these are people that suffer from cold and these flu situations, and it has to do with their lungs. I think there is a deeper level to that. So if this person is suffering from this,
there's also a name, sleep apnea.
Exactly, right. Yeah. Yeah, so you see, all these things are things that has to do with the person. personal, it's like health issues. These are not things to be played with. You can meet a partner that ticks all your box, but this is his challenge. Are you going to say you're going to leave him because of this challenge? If only this partner needs help and you can be there and then help them through it to be able to get better. Now there are so many things that are happening. That there's been so many things that has been developed. I once saw this nostril thing that you put in your nose.
Yeah,
People that
yeah,
snore, when they put it in there, it seizes.
yes,
It doesn't make sense.
they also have a
No,
machine
that's
they call
solution.
CPAP. There's one they call CPAP as well.
Yes,
You can use it to, CPAP works as well. I know
exactly.
CPAP.
But again, there are people that cannot stand it. When it becomes severe, we are all humans, right? It's not much that we can take. There are levels to or limits to things we can take. So you look at your strength, talk about it, be open about it, and let's see how we can resolve this issue. If it's something we cannot solve at all, then maybe you can have a room, I can have my room. It's still a talk through situation. But again,
I feel like a snoring partner should marry a snoring partner, so that if your snoring is sounding like trumpets, her own snoring will be sounding
although
like
we are
piano.
impossible, they'll be creating their own song.
Like the trumpet and piano. I feel like snoring partners should marry a snoring partner. Because I'm telling you, I will tell you the
Yeah,
truth. I feel like
yeah.
I have a friend. I have a friend who told me one day that he went on a date with this girl, and they've been talking for a while. Then they went for a date, and the first night, and this girl has been so sweet. She's been so kind. She's been so amazing. Like she's going crazy for him. And then they slept for that night, and then he went back home. This girl stopped testing him, and he was like, what's the problem? And the girl was like, I'm sorry. I loved you as a friend. You've been an amazing person. Great sex, nice outing. But the moment I had to sleep with you in the same house, man, you snore like saxophone. Like she literally stopped talking to him. Like she liked him, but just because he snores, it was a turn off. And there are some people who probably you might tick all the boxes. There are some people. Well, I think the girl was a Gen Z. I don't feel like any matured woman who knows how difficult it is to find someone who truly cares about you, and you just had to end it just because they snore.
Yeah.
Knowing that the fact that snoring is actually one thing we have remedy for. We have those devices. We have CPAP. We have a lot of. You can start going for an exercise. You can start maybe cutting down on some kind of food you
Well,
eat, because there's a lot of reason why people snore. So I was like, okay, whatever. Snoring man. That means a snoring woman should start looking for snoring men, so that in the house there will be full musical instrument in the house.
but one thing is that again, as a person, how
The,
do you know you even snore? You see,
Mar-
this thing is very.
Marisak, just something. Someone said something on the comment section, but that doesn't sit with me. Say having a spare room with soft snoring issues. How would you
It doesn't
leave your?
solve snoring issues. It just controls the
Uh,
situation. You're just
how
protecting yourself.
how can you leave spare room with your partner?
This is it.
It's not advisable. I don't support that one.
You see, Odogu, until you sleep, you will not know whether you snore or not.
But people will tell you,
Right.
or you record
Yeah,
yourself.
so now it is your partner that will tell you. Like I said, we all have our priorities, we all have our reasons and what we can take and what not. I won't sit here and say that whatever the girl did was lame or she wasn't matured about. Maybe that's what she's looking for. Maybe
Yeah, it's
snoring is a
understandable.
thing for her.
Turn
Exactly.
off, yeah, red
But
flag.
the thing is, anything that can be fixed, anything that can be worked on, anything that has a solution, if only the partner you're dealing with is open to grow, open to be a better person, is teachable, then I think it's a good thing to also revisit that and make things work between the two of you. In everything that we've said, Odogu, there is something that I really want to touch on real quick, but I know you're going to have this tomorrow when it comes
Go
to
for it.
women.
Go for it. Go
But
for it.
there's this thing about women, right? We have, especially chubby women, we have so many parts. You know, men is just about they come out straight like that with their balls, their manhood, armpit, that's it. But when it comes to women, we have so many things to deal with, right? Both inside and outside. And when we are washing our bodies, we need to be very, very careful, like be mindful about it. The lady that came on, Noella, made mention of visiting, going, using the loo, and after that you clean your ass, like your anus, with a tissue. Sometimes the way we clean our anus is very, very, we should be mindful of how we clean our anus, because when you clean from down towards your front, then meaning you're not cleaning it well, so it's likely that the feces will extend all the way to the front. You get it? So where are you going? you wanted to have this conversation now. So the feces will extend all the way to the front. There is someone that made mention that why do you want to turn all of us into Muslims because we wash?
Marissa, wait. Do you clean from? Hey, Jesus Christ. Do you like go from up or?
So now let me say this. Now you're cleaning, right? You clean in a way that it won't spread everywhere.
Can you show us? Oh, sorry, you can't show us. Sorry.
Oh no, I can't. Please come on now.
Sorry. I don't know when it came out. Continue.
You're the one asking if I can show. Oh no, you're impossible.
So continue,
so like
please.
There is a way. If you're cleaning your anus, right, you're not supposed to just mess everywhere, right? You have to be very mindful about it. You can, if you're cleaning with your hand and the tissue, you can just clean it like that way and not go all the way straight or all the way up, whichever ways. But when you clean it, you can after wash it. If you're in the home or there are some washrooms that provide this tap that you can easily wash around there. But please, you can get a bottled water when you go in there, wash it off. If you can't wash it off, get a baby wipe. Baby wipes are very, very good. Okay, they are very good. They're not they don't react on the skin. They are very easy to use. So get a baby wipe. After you've used it, use the baby wipe several times to clean it off, right, before you put on your stuff. Because I've heard men talk about, most of us like chubby women, that they'll go to the bathroom, they'll go use the toilet and they clean and it extends all the way to their front, and now they might not even realize it. They will see it all there like that, like lined up like that. So please, let's take note of these things, right? And keep everything clean and everything nice, and then when we come out clean and confident. You get it? So let's normalize using water. If you find yourself where there is no water, get wipes. Okay, you can use wipes. It is okay to use wipes, and don't make it look like, oh, it's a Muslim kind of thing. No, it is for everybody. Water is very essential. It is for everybody. Yes. And please, let's don't forget to use sunscreens. Okay, your lips. There are so many ways. Make sure you have these essentials in your house. You have coconut oil, you have Vaseline, you have honey, you have sugar. I know most of us do have sugar. You have I mentioned what's it called? Shea butter, right? You have shea butter in the house. You have all these essentials in your house. Okay, you need to also floss. When you eat, try and take stuff off your teeth. Clean it, wash it, and normalize going to the dentist. Go and see your dentist. And there's one thing that someone said in your comment section about the fact that maybe I am not married. That's why I'm saying all these things. But if you're married with kids, it's a whole different thing. That's why we come back to the habit thing, right? Although if you are very habitual in certain things, whenever you're making a step, you infuse that in your daily life. We all grew up taking our bath. We all grew up taking our bath every morning. Are you saying now that you're married, you can't take your bath? You do take your bath because now it's a habit. We grew up brushing our teeth every morning, right? Some homes taught their kids how to brush their teeth in the morning and in the evening. Now, as old as we are, most people are doing it because they started with it right from infant till they are old. So everything starts with a step. I know it's not going to be easy. And let's normalize getting help. If mustn't leave habit. Exactly, whatever we want to achieve, it's possible. For me, in my dictionary, nothing is impossible. We can achieve anything that we want to achieve, providing we are consistent about it, we pay attention to it, and we really set goals to it. It is achievable. So let's not give excuses, too much excuses. I pray that we all find the help that we need, we all find assistance that we need, we all find ourselves in the right space where we can take good care of ourselves, because whatever we do to ourselves, it has effect on the kids that we are going to have. Whatever our parents did to themselves had effect on us, and whatever we are doing, let's change the narrative. Let's change let's cut off the thread and create something new and move it. Let's keep moving it. So Odogu, I'd like to end here. I would like to
Yes.
end here.
We'll be here
Thank you for
tomorrow
having
because
me. So those of us that can do it, we can come here. I love to read. I love to research a lot. I love to ask questions, and that's how come I know most of these things. And I've gone through certain phases too when it comes to skin irritations and stuff. So that's how come I'm quite knowledgeable about these things. What I don't know, I don't say. But whatever I'm giving you guys is factual, so you can take it and keep to it. And thank you so much for having me, Odogu.
How can they handle black armpits? I don't know what they mean by eradicating black armpits.
Black armpits. If you have money, you can get glycolic acid. It's glycolic. It comes in a container. It actually clears every dark areas, and it's very good for smelly armpit. When you're using it, you can actually use that, and it will give you a neutral smell. You will not smell anything at all. You will smell like yourself, like normal. Glycolic is glycolic acid. Yes, I don't have mine is finished, but you can.
Do you know in Nigeria anything you call acid, they run. They say acid go kill them.
No, it's actually there are some acids that are no side effect, not at all. There are some acids that are good for the skin: hyaluronic acid, glycolic acid. We have different acids that are very good for the skin. Our body itself produces acid, so it's not
if you mention acid, people they say like the one with the
even lime has acidic content in there. So if you can't afford that, get yourself a lime before you take your bath. Use it there, but reduce your use of aluminium deodorants, because the aluminium in there causes the dark armpits, right? So if you're using more of that and you're using that, it's like you're fighting something that you're causing for yourself. So if you want to do this and do it properly, start using lime. Pause on your aluminium. Any product that you're using that has aluminium in there, stop using it for some time and make sure your armpit is clear before you go back. And if you're going back to it, you can use it in minimal. Don't use it too much, so that you don't go back to your dark skin. But the glycolic acid works for dark armpits, dark thighs, in between your thighs. If it's dark, you can use it there, rub it there.
What do you call it? Konji?
No, they say kojic acid. Yes, with the kojic acid comes. They have a soap, a bar.
Konjic acid. Wait, I want kojic. Okay. Okay, kojic acid.
It's a bar soap, right? They have the quality and they have the fake. So be very careful where you're buying from, right? And please, I'm saying this again. If you're suffering from a very dark armpit, right? Stop using. Check your deodorants, your roll-on that you're using. It has some amount of aluminium in there. Okay, alum is very good. It keeps your skin tight. It doesn't make you sweat. It takes off smell, but it has a side effect, and consistent use of it causes irritation. That is how come some people use deodorant and they get rashes in their armpit. So please know these and try and work on it. So stop using your Sure. If you have aluminium in there, use the kojic soap. If you don't have, use your medicated soap.